everyone, it is me, Ian. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I thought I would share with you an update. The very first videos that I ever uploaded to my channel were about what my New Year's resolutions for 2020 were, and I thought it would be nice to say how I did and go through my resolutions and see if I remembered them and if I kept up with them, and I think that I did a pretty good job. So let me go through my resolutions. I actually had written them out on this Google document back in December last year, so let's see what I said. The first video that I made was actually about my goals as it relates to creativity. So one of the things that I wanted to do last year was to start a YouTube channel, and I did. And I also said that I wanted to post 1 or 2 videos per week, which I am doing. So that seems like check. I have done that as far as my New Year's resolutions go. And I guess that I'm going to continue to do it next year because I've had fun with it and I want to see if this channel will grow, and I have enjoyed interacting with people in the comments and stuff like that. Even though this channel is really small right now, I hope that more people will watch my videos and enjoy them. I also had a New Year's resolution to finish a novel that I had been working on. I wrote down that I wanted to finish that by April. I don't think I did finish it in April. I think I was still working on it over the summer, but I did finish that novel, and now I guess if I want to do anything else with it, it's just additional editing, which I think I would send it off to a friend or somebody maybe to look over it. I'm not sure. But I did finish writing my novel this year, and there are a couple of videos on my channel about novel writing, which you can check out if that's something that you're interested in too. I'm not sure if I mentioned this in my New Year's resolution video at the beginning of the year, but I also, as part of the creativity thing, wanted to read at least 8 books this year, and that I also did. 7 of those books I read were the Kingdom Keepers series, the 7 books in the Kingdom Keepers series, which is about these holographic kids that protect Magic Kingdom and the other Disney parks in Florida from Disney villains. It's as goofy as it sounds, and sometimes they're not very good, but they're fun to read, and there are more books in that series, like spin-offs and whatever. I think there's like a sequel trilogy, which maybe I'll read next year, but I read those this year. I also read a few other things like Midnight Sun and It Starts With the Eggs, which you'll know about because I posted about those books on this YouTube channel. So check, I did read at least 8 books this year for fun, which is awesome. As far as reading goes, I also had a goal to read through the whole Bible this year, and I did that. I actually finished earlier this month, the first week of December, I finished reading Revelation, and that was that. It took me most of the year to do it, but I stuck with it. And if you are wanting to read the Bible through from beginning to end, I would recommend not doing a reading plan. I know that's kind of controversial. Everybody recommends a reading plan of some kind, but for me, it was easier just to set my own schedule. So basically, I just made it a goal to read at least 1 book of the Bible per week. And when I was reading shorter books, I would read multiple books in the same week. And that was easier for me personally. And it was easier for me to stay focused on what I was reading instead of a lot of reading plans have you jumping from the Old and New Testament in the same day. Which is great, I guess, but for me, like, it's hard for me to stay focused and remember what's going on if I do that, so I stuck with 1 book for the whole week and then finished it and then moved on to the next. And I did alternate between Old and New Testament, just not in the same day or not from day to day. It was from week to week, so I'd finish a book of the Old Testament and then the next week I would read one from the New Testament, and so on. And so that way I was able to finish reading the Bible. And it's easier for me to think of things on a weekly basis than it is for me to think of things on a daily basis. With a lot of those reading plans, I feel like if I miss a day, I've ruined the whole thing. Whereas the way I did it, since it was like week by week, if I missed a day, I was like, oh, I'll just make up for it tomorrow. And it was a lot easier to do it that way, in my opinion. But that's just the way that I work. The second YouTube video I made about New Year's resolutions were pertaining to like health and fitness type things, I guess. And one of those goals was to lose 15 pounds this year. I think I wrote that I wanted to do that by April, and I think I did lose 15 pounds by April, but when I made the goal to lose 15 pounds, I didn't realize how much I weighed actually. So I really wanted to lose more like 20 pounds. So I did lose the 15 pounds by April, but it basically took me the rest of the year to get the other 5 pounds off. Partly because I wasn't that disciplined, but also partly just because it's getting difficult to lose weight the older I get. But the way that I did that is I just ate a little less. I think a lot of people struggled and gained weight during the pandemic and during quarantine, but for me, those things I think actually kind of helped because I wasn't going out to eat anymore. I was just getting grocery pickup at Walmart. I was just picking up groceries and coming home and cooking. And when you cook at home, you tend to use a lot less salt and oil and fat and stuff like that. So that helped me with it. But I also have somewhat of a regular exercise regimen. I don't exercise very hard because I hate exercise so much, but I do try to exercise at least 20 minutes a day. And sometimes I'll take a day off, but the way that I do that is I make an exercise goal for the month. So I say I want to exercise 800 minutes this month, and then that's what I do. And so those are the things that I did to try and lose weight this year. I never counted any calories or anything like that, but I have done that in the past, and that also works. So maybe I would have lost that last 5 pounds a little faster if I had been counting calories, but I didn't do that this time. The other health related thing that I wanted to do this year was get pregnant, and I did not do that. Nothing I could really do about it. I will say I tried as hard as I could, which I guess to that extent, maybe I feel like I did kind of do that New Year's resolution, because some of the things I broke out here was to continue taking my vitamins, to make sure my husband takes his vitamins, and to keep tracking things, which I did. I also added more vitamins, so I started taking CoQ10 and vitamin C and D. I got some testing done for my husband, and I tried a medication. So I did things to try and make that happen for me, and it just didn't work out, but maybe next year, we'll see. And lastly, my financial goals. I wanted to do a low buy / no buy year, and I think I did okay. So if I look at the rules I set up for myself, for clothing, I said I would limit it to 2 pieces of clothing per season. And I did that for winter and spring. In summer, I bought extra clothes because we were going on a vacation, which was allowed, I think, by my rules. Yes, it was. So I was allowed to take a vacation as long as it cost less than $1,000. And so I did do that. And but because we took that vacation, that mini vacation, it was just a few days, I bought like a bathing suit, and I bought some new shorts and stuff like that. So I wound up buying more than 5 pieces of clothing in the summertime. And I also spent birthday money on clothes, but to me, birthday money doesn't count because that's just like given to you. And for the winter, I believe I got a new pair of shoes, and I can't remember. I got some other article of clothing. But then I bought this like exercise set, or it's really loungewear, like a pair of leggings and a hoodie from Walmart. So I bought more clothes than I was supposed to this year. But I think I bought a lot less clothing than I would have otherwise if I hadn't been doing a no buy, so that's good. For entertainment, I had it that we would spend $20 per month on entertainment unless we were invited by somebody to do something, and that we would only purchase 1 video game or video game expansion pack per quarter. And I can say for the video games, I did that. In the winter, I got some, like in a bundle, I got Sims 4 expansions. Then in spring, I got Animal Crossing New Horizons, of course. In the summer, I got Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town. And then in the fall, I got more Sims expansions that were bundled. So I did that, and I stuck to that, so that's good. For the $20 monthly entertainment budget, I really didn't track that very well. Some months we definitely spent more on entertainment. At one point, my brother and his fiance came to visit, and we bought like tickets to go to like some museum or something like that was more than $20. And that's really all we did entertainment wise, aside from when we went on that mini vacation. I think maybe we saw a movie at some point before the pandemic hit, and that was less than $20 as well. So I think that for the entertainment, we stuck on budget really well. For accessories and knickknacks, I had a whole category for that. I said that I could purchase one Disney pin per month. I did not do that. I bought one Disney pin set all year, and then I turned around and sold it because I couldn't get any more in the collection. So I wound up making money on Disney pins this year, which I am shocked by. Craft supplies as needed for specific planned projects. I think I only bought one thing craft supplies wise all year that didn't need to be purchased for a project I was working on, but I still wound up using it, so it's okay. And I think it was only like $2.50. And otherwise, I don't think I really bought any knick-knacky things except for, I think, a few Christmas ornaments because I lack self-control when it comes to Christmas ornaments. For home goods, we weren't supposed to buy any home decor, but we wound up buying this tapestry from World Market and some curtains. I did write that we could buy an end table for our living room, but we didn't wind up buying an end table at all year long. So I guess instead of buying the end table, we wound up buying a tapestry and some curtains. So I think that's okay. As I said, for travel, we were permitted to take one vacation valued of less than $1,000, and we did that. We just took a quick trip down to the coast, and we spent a little time on the beach. For food, I said use of gift cards is unlimited, and we had some gift cards at the beginning of the year, which we used up. It said we could eat out once per month when not using a gift card or not with friends. And I would say at the beginning of the year, we didn't do very well with that. We probably ate out closer to once a week. And sometimes it was just going through the drive-thru, but sometimes it'd be like going to Chili's or whatever like that. But after the pandemic hit, I would say that we definitely ate out once a month or less, especially me. Sometimes my husband would go out to eat, like get something in the drive-thru in the middle of the week, but not me. So I would say we did very well with that thanks to Corona. And I said that our groceries shouldn't exceed $300 a month, our grocery bill. And yeah, I would say that we stuck to under $300 per month. I think our typical grocery visit was less than $100, like maybe like $75. And we went grocery shopping about once a week, so that would basically come right at $300. So I did write that we should limit our purchase of sweets to once a month because partially I was trying to lose weight and partially because it's not nutritional, so you don't really need to buy it. I would say that's one thing that I didn't do so well on, and I'm trying to get better at now, is eating less carbs and sugar and sweets and stuff. And as I say that, I bought Christmas tree cakes today, so I'm still not doing that well with it. And then the last category was makeup, and I wrote that I could buy makeup as needed, but nothing new. And I did that. I didn't buy anything really makeup wise, except for I think some concealer and like eyeshadow primer, which is stuff I needed. Otherwise, all the makeup I bought this year was with birthday money, which like I said, I don't count. And then the other thing money-wise, not related to the no-buy year, would be I wanted to get a part-time job this year, and that was a struggle. It took me until August to find a good part-time job, and I have one now. So, check. I would say for my no-buy year, I would give myself an A-. I think that there are some ways in which we could have saved more money, but for the most part, we didn't buy things that weren't on our list of things that were okay to buy. And like I said, Corona helped with a lot of these New Year's resolutions actually. But I would say overall, I would give myself like a 98% on my New Year's resolutions for 2020. And I'm quite proud of that, especially all things considered. I would say that one of the keys to that was staying organized. I made this little journal this year, and like it's got this little string on it that holds it closed. But on this, I basically write to-do lists of all the stuff I want to get done. And this helps me stay on track for making YouTube videos and for just accomplishing any of my goals. I schedule in time to do things every day. It's a little bit regimented sometimes, and that can be a little bit boring, I guess. But if I didn't have this notebook and I didn't schedule stuff for me to do every day, I would not get anything accomplished. So I would highly recommend, if you have goals, that you get a planner or you make a little checklist notebook like I have, and you stay on top of things. So that's it for my New Year's resolution 2020 video. In a couple of weeks, I will be back with my New Year's resolutions for 2021, and we'll see what goals I make for next year. I have to think about it. What do I want to accomplish in the next year? And I think it'll be a lot of fun, and hopefully the world will be in a better state next year, and so we can have some new dreams and new goals. But thanks for watching. Thanks for being there to support me during my New Year's resolutions in your own way, just by watching my videos. And I hope you have a great afternoon, and I will see you next week for another video. Bye.